television station on Space to Ground.
Welcome to Space to Ground, your weekly look at what's happening on board the ISS. I'm Josh Meyerly. 3 new crew members have arrived at the station to become part of Expedition 39. The crew launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome on Tuesday afternoon U.S. time and took about a 9-minute trip into orbit.
3, 2, 1, ignition. And we have a liftoff. Liftoff of Steve Swanson, Oleg Artemayev, and Alexander Skvortsov to the International Space Station.
The 3 had quite a busy day leading up to launch. After waking up, they signed their hotel room doors and then headed to the launch site for suit up. After saying farewell to their families and friends, they waved goodbye and boarded their Soyuz rocket. The space station crew actually got the chance to see the launch take place as they were flying directly above Baikonur when the rocket lifted off. Rick Mastracchio captured this remarkable image where you can actually see the flare of the Soyuz engines lighting up the entire launch complex. The station was 260 miles high and traveling at 17,500 miles per hour when Rick took this photo. It took a little longer than originally planned for the new crew members to get to the station. Docking was supposed to take place on Tuesday, about 6 hours after the launch, but one of the engine burns didn't take place as planned. So the Soyuz defaulted to a 2-day trip to the ISS, docking on Thursday night to join the onboard crew of Rick Mastracchio, Mikhail Tyurin, and Koichi Wakata. This week's Twitter question is, why aren't there any refrigerators on ISS? Well, there are, just not for food. There are several freezers on board the station called MELFIs, which stands for -80 Laboratory Freezer for ISS. These freezers store experiment samples as low as, you guessed it, -80 degrees Celsius. This allows these samples to be stored long-term until they're ready to come back to Earth. So why don't we store food in the freezers? Well, refrigerated food will spoil over time, and refrigerators require a lot of power. So it's better to fly freeze-dried foods that have a long shelf life. Make sure to keep sending us your questions and comments using the hashtag #SpaceToGround. We'll see you next week.